Military service in combat. When you think of service members in combat overseas, risking their lives in war zones, what are some of your assumptions? Do you see women in these roles? Do you see women in combat zones? I worked with active duty service members and veterans of all ages, both men and women. The number of women in combat is still relatively small in comparison to male dominated war zones. But that is all about to change. Until recently, women were banned from ground combat. This ban was lifted as of 2013, giving all branches until January 1st, 2016 to open all combat positions to women. According to the Department of Defense, just over 214,000 women served in all branches of active duty military service, and those numbers are steadily growing. The recent change in the law that keeps women out of combat zones is now giving more women the opportunity to become the first lines of defense. This significant change will see more women in combat in the coming years.
Women in the military have not always had such significant roles looking back into military history. Women served in more traditional roles such as nurses, laundresses, cooks, and administrative roles such as matrons. These traditional non combat roles were not what some women wanted, such as Deborah Sampson. Deborah Sampson served in General Washington's army during the Revolutionary War for over a year disguised as a man so that she was allowed into combat to defend her country. The same can be said about Elizabeth Newcomb, who served during the Mexican War, also disguised as a man, only then allowed into combat.
In the military, most prestigious roles, there are few women who are attempting to become part of the elite. First Lieutenant Shay Haver and Captain Kristen Greist, both members of the United States Army, are recent graduates of the Elite Army School of Rangers, the first females to ever complete the training and graduate. They are now paving the way for other women. There are those that are opposed to allowing women in combat, citing physical limitations that can be catastrophic in war zones and risking the lives of other soldiers in combat. The United States Marine Corps is the branch with the fewest women enlisted, at only 13,677 compared to the U.S. Army, who has a total of 76,694 women enlisted in active duty. Marine Corps Commandant General Joseph Dunford recommended that women excluded from combat. That request was later denied.
Around the world, women have been integrated into combat within the last several years. Here you see a female soldier, part of the Israeli Defense Forces Caracal Battalion. The idea of women in combat is more widely accepted in places like Germany, Australia, Canada, France, Denmark, New Zealand, and Norway. Retired General Gordon R. Sullivan of the United States Army once said, "The defense of our nation is a shared responsibility. Women have served in the defense of this land for years before our United States was born. They have contributed their talents, skills, and courage to this endeavor for more than 2 centuries, with an astounding record of achievement that stretches from Lexington and Concord to the Persian Gulf and beyond."
So, when you come across a veteran, thank him or her for their service. When you come across a female veteran, thank her for her service too, but also thank her for paving the way for our daughters and our sisters who will become part of the future of the few and the brave who will go on to defend